Welcome, PSY 309 students. This is my Week 7 commentary in the spring 2018 semester. This week is the first of 2 weeks when we'll be looking at biological influences and correlates of cognition in middle and late adulthood. So, in essence, we'll be looking at the way in which basic thinking styles change through middle and late adulthood, at least some of the major themes, and I'll also ask you to look at an excellent lecture this week from the University of California, San Francisco on this subject. So, Chapter 6 this week will be all about the themes of attention and memory with an emphasis on working memory. And then next week, some of the applications of the contemporary cognitive sciences on middle and particularly later adulthood will be our focus in the next chapter. One of the points I want to be clear on is the fact that next week is the spring recess week. From the point of view of this online course, at least, this will be an important part of our mid-semester work, and so look for a folder that will include expectations and resources for the spring recess week. This is also, this week, week 7, is our week to submit your project proposal. So if you haven't done that, please do that. You will have a chance to revise. I will provide both written and oral feedback if you set up a consulting meeting with me, a video conference meeting. And hopefully that will make your course project much easier to get done in the remaining 8 weeks of the semester, and you'll have a more satisfying result. So the proposal is due this week, and those are the main highlights. As far as the course content for this week, which is to say Chapter 6 and 7, Chapter 6 is really the focus of this week, Chapter 7 next week in the spring recess. For Chapter 6, I mentioned the themes of attention, working memory. Look to the test prep notes to give you other hints about what's important to remember for the purposes of online testing. And it's really quite remarkable. Just 2 final points. It's remarkable what neuroscience is doing right now as far as understanding the evolution of not only cognition but the brain that provides the basis of cognition. So, please take time to look at the talk that I have included in this week's folder. It's not a requirement per se, but you'll find virtually all of the highlights of this week's chapter illustrated in what is just a top-flight lecture that is geared for the public. So it is a high-level lecture, but it's one that is specifically geared to the public. And I think that will cover my major points for this week. If I think of anything else, I'll remake the video. So I hope your semester's going well. Oh yes, and if you haven't established a conference with me to talk about your project, how the course is going, I really would like everyone in the class to do that. About 4 students, maybe 5 of our 12 have done that, and I think they've been helpful. So please do that in the next week or so. And then finally, if you haven't yet posted your introduction at the Google community, this is an opportunity to connect with students here in the Czech Republic and even an hour-long interview with them on your course project. I think you will find to give a depth to the project that is satisfying to you. As well, you'll learn some of these video conferencing tools and simply to use social media in the context of your education. So please attend to those things if you can. If you're having problems, please reach out and call me. I think we're doing fairly well, but I've heard from students who are really hustling to be on top of things, and I know that's not possible for everybody all the time. So give me a call if we need to do some careful planning. Okay, have a good week, and I'll speak to you again next week.